This is Beverly McKenzie.
And that's Jeff Weisler.
And we're going to talk to you about glassware and why it makes a difference what you choose. So if you look right here at these two glasses, what we've got is two different shapes. Classically, this is called a Bordeaux glass. Classically, this is called a Burgundy glass. So if you look at the shapes of the glasses, as with the shapes of bottles, there are particular types of glassware that are recommended for different types of wines. For example, notice that this bottle looks like that glass. Whereas,
slender,
yes,
balanced, not about the shoulders so much. It's more about shoulders, less about hips.
I look at it like this wine presents flavors that are stronger, more direct. What you want from a glass is flavors, is a glass shape that's going to support getting that flavor in a way that's more straightforward and more direct.
To your nose and mouth.
To your nose and mouth. Notice this.
This is the feminine shape, more about the hips, less about the shoulders, as with the bottle. These are also known as masculine, feminine.
Ah, yes, it is. Yes, indeed. So what we, yes, it is. Absolutely. So what we've got here then is from the Burgundy region of France. Classically, where Pinot Noir and Chardonnay come from around the world, those wines are in this shape bottle. That's the reason why American Pinot Noir and Pinot Noir from around the world and Chardonnay from around the world are classically in this shape bottle. In the Bordeaux region in France, where Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and a few other varietals are the components of that blend, they are classically in this shape bottle. That's why wines around the world that are Cabernet, Merlot based, and other varietals, including Zinfandel, tend to be in this shape bottle. So now what we're going to do as an experiment is we're going to try a couple of things. We're going to try this Zinfandel in this glass and this glass, and we're going to see if it tastes the same. And then we're going to do the same thing with the Pinot Noir and see if the glass shape changes our experience of the wine. So here we go. So I'm going to pour a little bit in each glass.
It just feels so wrong as you're pouring into the one on the left.
And Beverly, why don't you go ahead and smell and taste and see what you got there.
Okay, that definitely smells like the Zinfandel that we did do a test study. We know what the wine smells like on its own, independently. Well, the fruit here, as we discussed, it becomes more focused. You can smell more of the herbaceousness. When you throw it into this wider glass, remember we were talking about feminine?
Yes.
All of a sudden, that's all you smell. You don't get the herbaceousness. It's almost like this glass immediately softens that. It's all soft, expressive fruit, and just a kiss of spice.
Cool.
Totally.
Sounds great. Well, now let's try the Pinot Noir in these two glasses. See what happens here. And so first I'm going to try the Pinot Noir in its classic glass, this one here. So in this glass it reminds me of a very pretty wine. It's kind of got lots of different flavors, lots of different layers. It's more an overall feeling that's kind of soft and welcoming and a little bit mysterious.
And then
in this glass, oh, that's insane. In this glass, it's focused, it's driven.
Yeah.
It totally lost the whole mystery. It lost that whole sense of the subtlety and the that's
it's like it's suddenly trying to drive a nail into your head, and it's totally inappropriate.
This is really insane.
So I tell you the story about the fleury that I had at work the other day. So I had someone taste me on a fleury, and typically, Beaujolais comes in a glass like this, or a bottle like this. You pour it in a glass like this. I tasted a wine like this. I love the wine. It was gorgeous, complex. I brought it to the chef in a Burgundy glass, which would have been appropriate for a Beaujolais, and he goes, smells like grape soda. And he tasted it and he goes, it smells like grape soda. And I tasted it, I'm like, that's not the really cool, interesting wine I just had. And I poured it back in that glass, and again, it was the lovely wine. I brought it to him. He goes, what wine is this? I'm like, just taste it. He goes, oh wow, this is a little bit drier than that last wine. I'm like, it's the same wine. So it's dramatic. It's dramatic how the amount of oxygen that is exposed to the wine at one time, literally the angle in which the aromas and the esters are being driven towards your nose and palate, it changes. There's a reason these glasses are developed. It's not just marketing.
It's amazing. And so what we really recommend for you to try at home is when you buy a wine in that shaped bottle, make sure your glass looks like that. And when you buy a wine in that shape bottle, make sure your glass looks like that. And we'll talk to you more about glassware and choosing between different types of glassware from different companies in a future episode on the Wine Appreciation Toolkit.
That sounds cool. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh wait, that's my wrong glass with the Zin.
I'm doing Pinot, you guys did.
Awesome.